Hello friends, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to see the how we can create the dynamic files and the folders. So actually these files and folders are required whenever there is a requirement that we need to create multiple files for the different data that we have, and further that data will be picked up and it will be processed inside of each of the file that has been created by the bot in the runtime. And same goes with the folder. If there is a requirement that we need to create the dynamic folder along with the timestamp or the date stamp for each day. So in that case, we can go with this, creating the different, or we can say with the help of using the timestamp or in the loop, we can do this. We can create the dynamic files and the folders. So those will be picked up by the bot and it will be processed further. All right, so let's get into the code. So this is the new task bot I have created with dynamic files and folders. So before actually going to the activities, let's explore what are the different packages or what are the different activities that we have under this file package. So we can use the assign activity. Then we can copy the desktop file. Then we can create, we can delete, we can copy the file from control room to the local. We can get the name of the file, get then path. We can open, print, then we can rename. We can create the shortcut as well. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let me take the create file, and let's do one thing. We can put it in the loop, and we will put this inside the loop. So loop will run for, let's say, not 10. We will do it for 5 times. And for the creating the file, let's use, mm, okay, let's use one counter. So before starting of the loop, I will assign the counter with value, let's say 0. I will the I will create one number variable as an counter, and inside the loop, I will increment it by 1 before creating the file. I will assign it to the same. And for creating the file, so we need to provide the path of the folder where you want to create the file with the help of bot. So I have this folder path, test folder. Let's copy this. This is the folder path slash inside of this folder, and we'll put it as sample file. And I need to append the counter for like sample file 1, sample file underscore 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this, I need to create 5 different files. And the extension for these files will be .xl, that is .xlsx. So I will be adding the counter over here. And again, this is a string and we are adding the number variable to that. So we have to convert this to string. And we need the extension as well, dot XLSX. Now what the bot will do, initially there will be a counter of 0 assigned to n. This is the counter variable. In this loop will run for the 5 times. So the counter will be incrementing by 1. So, and after incrementing, the file creation will be done over here with sample file underscore 1 for the first iteration, and same goes for all 5 iteration. So let's run this. So you can see the files has been created, but sometimes the bot it keeps on running. So let's cancel this. We can see in the test folder the files has been created successfully, followed by the counter as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for each we can say for each iteration. Now what we will do, we'll do one more thing. After this, we will add one delay of 1 second after creation of each file. 1 second delay. And what we will do, we will append the now, now we will disable this counter and we will append the timestamp for each let's say file. Okay, system colon seconds. So this is a system variable. Okay, let's remove this. Okay, let's copy it properly. Okay, this is the system variable with current second, and this is in terms of number. So let's convert it to string. And let's connect it with the file path dot xlsx, and here also there should not be any space in between. So now what we are doing is loop will run for 5 times and there is no need of this counter as well. It will create the timestamp for each second followed by sample file underscore timestamp. And for each file, after each file creation, we have a delay of 1 second. So bot is creating the files and it has executed successfully. Let's check the folder. Yes, you can see for each second, 1 second delay, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. The files has been created successfully. So, and we can change the file extension as well. Let's say dot .jpg and let's rerun the bot again. We can see the bot execution has completed. Yes, you can see this is the .jpg files. Those are created by the bot with 1 second delay. So let's cancel this. Okay, so this is for the creating the different, or we can say the dynamic files at the runtime using either counter or you can use the hour, minute, second, any timestamp that you want to add to the particular file. So you can use these system variables like day, hour, then millisecond, minute, or you can go with the date stamp as well, current date, current month, as per the requirement. Okay, so next moving ahead, let's go to the folder package. So here you can see you can do the different operations for the folder that suppose you are supposed to create the folder, or you can copy that. You can zip the particular folder. You can unzip any folder that you have downloaded from the email if it's an attachment and you want to unzip and process the files inside that particular folder. So we can use this unzip, then we can delete the folder, we can create the shortcut, then we can open, we can rename the folder, or we can create the symbolic link for the specified location. Okay, so let's do one thing. Uh, this creating the file, let's disable this and let's enable this counter, this increment, enable this, and I will create the folder after this incrementing the counter. And let me take the folder path again inside this test, and under inside of this, let's say sample folder and followed by the counter. Again, convert it to string. So inside of this particular test folder, now we are creating the sample folder underscore 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As this loop is running for the 5 times, and before creating the folder, it is incrementing by 1, and we have the delay of 1 second. Let's check the execution. So sometimes the bot may take some time to start the execution. Yes. So we can see the bot has created the sample folder 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 inside of this particular test folder. Okay, so this is for with the number. Let's do one thing. Now let's disable this and do one thing. We will use the if condition, if else, and inside of this we will use if folder does not exist. And what is the path for that? Let's use this one, test folder, test, and inside of this we have the, let's say, input folder. Okay, and if this input folder is does not exist, so we need to create the folder, create, and we need to provide the path for the same. And we can check this overwrite. So even if the folder is already created, it will be okay. Or let's disable this for the testing purpose. And let's do one thing in the if else condition. Okay, let's check this. In the else, let's put the message box folder already exists. So for the first run, as the folder does not exist at this particular path, so it will be created. So let's check it by running the bot. So it will check for the folder path, and if not, it will create. Let's check this. Yes. Now you can see the input folder has been created at this particular test folder. Now let's rerun the bot again. And here for the creation of folder, we have not checked the checkbox for overwrite. Now if folder does not exist, so this condition will be false and it will go in the else condition. Okay, so you can see line number 6, the message box folder already exists. Okay, let's do one more thing for this. Let's take one value from the user. Folder name, and for the message, enter the name of the folder to create, and assign this user input to the sample string. So it will be the dynamic one. So inside of test, let's pass that variable sample string, and same we can create over here for creating. So what the bot will do, the user, whatever the user enters for the prompt as an input, the name of the folder. So the bot is going to check if that particular, the user entered value, the name of the folder, if it exists under test folder or not. And if not, it will create the same folder under the test folder, and it will come out of this particular if condition. So it will be a dynamic every time. So whatever the user enters every time, so it will going to go and check for that particular folder. And if not, it will create it. And if it already exists, like if the user enters the same input again, so it will go in the else condition. So let's enter the input as test 12. So it has created the folder or not. Let's check. Yes. Now you can see it's a test 12. The folder is created by the bot in this particular path. Now let's rerun the bot again. And the same condition you can go with the by validating if the folder exists or not for the input folder, output folder, then log folder. So those are the folder structures that are used for the processes that we are supposed to develop for the any of the use cases, standard use cases. So what I will do here again, I will enter the same name of the folder as test 12. And you can see that the bot has detected the folder already exists in that particular location. So it has gone in the else condition, and the message box folder already exists. So this is the we can say the dynamic folder creation, and previously we have seen for the file path, file looking, creating the different the dynamic files. Okay, all right. So this is it for this video. So even you can explore this files and the folder package, and you can create multiple, or you can rename the files as well, folders, and create the dynamic runtime different files and the folders. Okay, so this is it for this video.